All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the final problem of this final review. This is going to be the last one I make today, but not the last one I make in general. Please send any recommendations for videos you want to see before Friday. I will not make any videos after Friday, just to be fair to everyone else, because that's the day I take the test, and no videos will come out after that because I could know information. So please, if you have any recommendations, please send them to me so I can make them before Thursday night, as I will not make any finance videos after Friday, regardless of what they're on. So thank you. Now, going forward, for problem 7, this is going to be a weighted average cost of capital question. So in this problem, we have a company that has 800. So hold on, we're going to start off with what are these? So they are bonds. So currently they have so this is going to be debt, and they're going to have outstanding. So this is how you set up a weighted average cost of capital thing, is you put your debt. I'm guessing there's going to be, well, let's see. There's going to be common stock. There's going to be preferred stock. So common stock and preferred stock. And then there's going to be the value of each. And then we're going to do price, and then we're going to do value, and then weight. So this is kind of how you set it up. So you do just the number outstanding, the price of each, and then you multiply those together to get the value, and then you're going to sum up the values, and then you can get the weights of it. And we could just go out and make those formulas now, but I think it'll be more intuitive if we do that later. But first, we actually have to calculate all of this, or take it out of the equation. Or out of the problem, sorry. So first, the company has debt, and it has 800 of these outstanding. So, and they are face value $1,000. Quick note: if you don't know the face value of a bond, use $1,000. It's the most common one, and just use $1,000 if you're not explicitly told in the problem. So the price of these are $1,000. However, if you read a little further, they are quoted at a price of 108% of par. So what that means is we're just going to multiply the 1,000 times 1.08, or 180%, and that will give us the price of them currently. So to get the value, we're just going to do the price times the amount outstanding. And we're going to make all of these dollar signs, and we're going to make the weights percentages just while we're at it. And now we're going to get onto common stock. There will be more for bonds later, such that they pay 25% years to maturity, or 25%, that they have 25% yield to maturity, and that they have 9% coupon bonds. But that is not important at the moment. Remember, the only thing that matters in this top part, or in the weights, is the current price, and that is 180% of par, and par value is $1,000, or the face value. Par and face value are the same thing. So the company also has 20,000 shares of common stock outstanding. So that's 20,000 shares common stock, and these common stock have a par value of $20 per share. However, they are selling at $75 per share. So this is a really great example. So all we care about in stock valuation in these weighted average cost of capitals are the actual value of them, not the par value. So the par value is what it is on the balance sheet. But that does not matter to us. And in some problems, you might actually be given the balance sheet and the par value, in which case you should divide the amount on the balance sheet by the par value to get the number outstanding, and then multiply by the current selling price in order to get the value to be weighted. So just do that. Do not get distracted by this par value unless there is a balance sheet as well with it that you can use to find the number of shares outstanding. But in this case, we were told the number of shares outstanding, so this information here is completely worthless. We can just cross it out if we want to be honest. So the stock has a beta of 1.1. So this is going to be helpful in computing our common stock value, or the return that we need on that, but it's not valuable right now. So then we have preferred stock. So the preferred stock has a par value of $25 and has a market value of $30 per share and pays a 3% per year dividend. So with this one, we actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take the preferred stock, and how many did they say they have outstanding? 10,000 outstanding, and we're going to use the market value once again of $30, and we're going to just do the price times outstanding to get the total value. And now to get the total value of all sources of financing, we're just going to take the sum of all of them, and then to get the weight, we're just going to do the value divided by the total value. And we're going to F4 this last one to get the weights. So that's that. And so now we have all the weights. Those should add up to 100, which they don't appear to, but if we add a couple of zeros and we do, or a couple of decimals, and we sum it, they will indeed add to 100%. Just double check that they do add to 100%, because that would be tragic if they did not. All right, so now that we know the weights of each, now we need to calculate the price of each financing. So we're going to start with debt because that's the first one we were given. And so the price of debt currently we have, well, let's start from the top. We have present value of the of them, and we have the present value here. The present value is $1,080, and then we have the future value. Now the future value is what they're going to be worth at maturity, which in this case is $1,000, and then they have 25 years to maturity, which is the N, so 25 years to maturity, and they have a payment or a coupon rate of 9% times the face value, so 0.09. So there we go. So they're going to pay out $90 every year. So now the question is, what is the actual cost of it? So we're going to do rates here, and so we're going to just do equals rate, and we're going to have the number of periods 25, the payment of 90, the present value today, which remember you have to make the present value negative, and then the future value in the end. So the reason we're making the present value negative and the future value as well as the payments positive is we're going to kind of look at this from the, well, in this case, the consumer side, where they pay out, or the bond purchaser pays out $1,800 today, and then in the future they will get these payments and these future values. However, you can do this in reverse and make the payment and the future values negative if that's more intuitive to you. But for me, I prefer just having the present value negative. And that's going to give us a rate of 8% for debt. Let's now move on to common stocks. And now common stocks, what we're going to use is we're going to use the capital asset pricing model, because that is all we have. If you don't remember, the capital asset pricing model is right here. So where the return, or the required return, is the return on for the risk-free. So let's pull this out of the equation. We don't have that. I don't think we were given a risk-free rate. At least I don't think so. Oh, all right, never mind. Here we go. So, sorry about that. This is why you should take down all the information before you get started. And just off on the side, but we did not do that this time, but we should have. So the risk-free rate is 0.6. We're going to add to that then the beta, which in this case is 1.1. And then we're going to multiply that by this equals 13% minus 0.06. So now we're going to actually do that. So we're going to have 0.6 times plus 1.1 times that. So there we go. And now we get that the price of common stock is 13.6 or 13.7%. Now we have preferred stock, and I probably spelled that wrong, but that's okay. And so the preferred stock, the price of preferred stock. Now, this always kind of gets me, and part of me almost wants to check. The question I always have is this on the par value, or should it be on the market value? But I think it's on the market value, so that's what we're going to do in this, and we can always correct it if I got it wrong. So the market value of the stock is $30, and the dividend is $3. So knowing this, we now need to get what is our required return, and actually we're going to just highlight all these. And our required return in this case, you can probably see it already. They're requiring currently $3 over the market, $3 over the $30, or 10%. So equals 3 divided by 30, or 0.1, also 10%. So we'll take that as well. And so that gives us our debt, our common stock, and our preferred stock. But now we need to actually go through and weight them, as well as take out the tax shield from the debt. So in order to create this section, we're going to have the weights, and we're gonna copy this down. So to make this, I guess, section easy, you just take all your sources of financing, you get your weights, you get your prices. So these are the prices of which are the rates here. So we're going to just take that. So debt, 8%, common stock, 13%, preferred stock, 10%, 13.7%, and then the weights from above. So we'll just take this first weight and then all the way down to the last weight. And then we're going to multiply these together. It gives us super long numbers because they're getting super exact. We don't care if they're that exact, and we'll make them much smaller. And now what we have to just do is we have to realize that the debt also needs to be shielded. So what we will do is we'll take this and then we'll multiply it by the tax effect, which is 0.35, or 1 minus 0.35. So what this means is essentially we are taking the tax, or we're taking the price that we owe, and actually we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to pull it over 1. What we're going to do is we're going to take tax effect. We're going to have price of it times 1 minus the tax rate, which, as you can see in the equation, is 35%. So what this essentially means is that we are hold on one sec. So not all, because we're able to get write off the interest we pay on debt as an expense, we're able to save some of that. So essentially what we're doing here is we're only taking 65% of the debt as an actual expense, and so that's what we get. And so we should actually multiply this new debt one by that to get that, and then we're just going to get the sums of all these. So these have been weighted, and we're going to get our final answer of 10.57%, which is correct here. So it's just ours is one more out, but if we went a little smaller, that would be correct. So most common error is probably going to be that you forget to take out this tax part. Just remember to do that, and remember that it's only on debt, because we can write off the a percentage of the interest we pay on the debt as an expense. So just do that. So hopefully this helped you all, and good luck on the test going forward, and please recommend any videos you would like me to make in the future. And yeah, thank you all for watching.